1, go!
Good morning and happy Mother's Day to all your moms and grandmas and people who take care of you. What are you guys going to do for Mother's Day? What are you going to do special for Mother's Day? It's very interesting, huh?
Yeah, that's very interesting, everyone.
What are you going to do for Mother's Day? What are we going to do for Mother's Day?
So we're going to do a flower hunt.
Oh, what's a flower hunt?
A flower hunt is where you have to find flowers.
Are you going to hide them?
I hide them in the garage.
Oh, a Mother's Day garage flower hunt. Oh, thank you. It's very special. And then later I'll make some dinner. What do you think I should make for my Mother's Day dinner?
Well, she's going to make mac and cheese and steak.
Steak sounds good, yeah.
And I said no thanks.
No thanks. Okay, very good. Well, we're going to read a Bible story today, and are you going to help me do that?
Yep.
This is a really exciting Bible story. In fact, I would go so far as to say this Bible story has everything. Who's that?
Ragdan.
Yeah.
This is Ragdan. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Ragdan. Would you like to sit and watch us read?
Yep.
Thanks. As I was saying, this story has everything. 2 friends arrested, a dark night, a midnight jailbreak, an earthquake, and then brunch with the warden the following morning. So Charlie, let's get started. Do you want to read the title of our story for today? What's this book?
This is Where the Wild Moms Are.
Oh, okay. That's not our Bible story, though, is
That's
it?
not our Bible story.
It's just a subtle hint, because every mom deserves a break. Okay.
Oh, what's that?
Now we should get to our Bible story, right? Okay, remember you're going to be quiet during the Bible story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want to read the title?
Yep. Paul and what is that? Silas.
Very good.
Paul and Silas.
Okay, now I'll read the story. Paul and his friend Silas traveled all over telling people about God.
What if I read it?
Sometimes people were happy to hear them, but sometimes people grumbled. Paul and his friend Silas traveled all over telling people about God. Sometimes people were happy to hear them, but sometimes people grumbled. Who do they think they are? God isn't like they say. One day, town leaders grabbed the pair and started to make fun of them. The things you're saying are lies. How do you know that Jesus is the Son of God? Away with you. Paul and Silas were arrested and thrown into jail. It was a very dark night, but they weren't afraid. Not one little bit. They knew God was with them. Thanks. Paul and Silas prayed, sang, clapped their hands late into the night. Can you believe that? They're in jail and they're singing and clapping until suddenly, what's that word?
Rumble.
Rumble.
Rumble. Drag.
Oh, it was a huge
Earthquake.
An earthquake. It shook the jail so hard the doors opened and the chains fell off the prisoners. The earthquake woke the jailer, who quickly ran to the jail. When he got there, he called, "Is anyone still there?" It broke the door off the jail cell, and he had to run in the earthquake, and he yelled, "Is anyone still there? Do you think anyone's still there?" And Paul yelled out, "Don't worry, we're all here." It was then the jailer knew that God was good, and Paul and Silas were good people. They didn't leave the jail even though they had the chance. The jailer wanted to know more, so he asked Paul, I want to, how can I be saved? Paul told him all about Jesus. If you believe, Paul said, then you will be saved. The jailer believed, and to thank them, the jailer took Paul and Silas traveled all over telling people about God. And the question is, do you think it was easy or hard for Paul and Silas to stay in jail after the earthquake? Do you think it was hard or easy for them to stay in the jail cell after the earthquake. Whoa! It's an earthquake! Whoa! Oh, that was scary, huh? I don't even know where we were. We just got hit by an earthquake. Can you believe it? Do you know what an earthquake is? Do you know what an earthquake is?
I know.
An earthquake is a sudden shaking of the Earth's crust. Popcorn's ready. And the Earth's crust, you get that? Earth's crust is like the skin of an apple, which Charlie already ate. And the skin, the crust of the Earth is always moving. But because most of the Earth is covered in oceans, most of the earthquakes actually happen under the sea. Do you know how long an earthquake usually lasts?
No.
Like a minute. That's the average for a minute. Or that's the average for an earthquake is a minute. And I have an activity that you can do that shows you how crazy earthquakes are. You can imagine this is the ground. And when there's an earthquake, the ground starts to shake. And can you imagine that jailer who was trying to run back to the cell during the earthquake? Can you imagine, here's the jailer. Can you imagine how hard it would have been for him to walk on a ground that was shaking? So what I want you to do is go get a piece of paper and any kind of ball and see how long you can bounce it on the paper. That was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
I thought so
You
too.
did about 6 to 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Well, I'll work on it. Thanks for your help. It's been a rough ride today. But it's Mother's Day. And so, Sunday schoolers, for your activity today, it's not about you. It's about your moms and your grandmas. And so I want you to think about something, not about something that you love, but about something you know that your mom loves. What do I love?
You love flowers.
I do love flowers. Are you going to draw me a picture of flowers then?
I'm going to draw a picture of one flower.
I'm going to get one picture of one flower. Thanks, Charlie. So I want you to draw a picture of something that your mother loves and give that to her for Mother's Day.
Okay.
And guess what? Next week is actually
Finish up the crayon.
our last Sunday school class together. It's the Sunday school season ends next week with one more story. So what I'm going to do this week to get us all ready for next week is I'm going to post a riddle. Oh, thank you. That makes it all worthwhile. I'm going to post a riddle about next week's Bible story, and I'm going to see if you get the answer right. And then for everyone who even tries, I'll say your name next week when we read the riddle and get the answer before our Bible story. So until then, I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. I hope you all give your moms and grandmas a break today. And God bless each and every one of your wonderful, wonderful faces and your brave, brave hearts. But for me and Charlie, see you next week. Say bye.
Bye. See you next week.